Hey, welcome. This is Mr. Kestel. This is part 4 of the Minecraft calculator series, looking at the 2-bit calculator that puts all of the pieces from earlier videos together. If you haven't watched those, then I would suggest watching those first before watching this video. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is the interface area of the calculator. And behind it is where all the parts are. So I'm just going to show you real quick that this is indeed a 2-bit calculator. So let's say my first number, which is made up of 2 bits, 2 places. Let's say I put a 1, 0, so that's like the number 2. And you can see the number 2 light popped up there, so it's already adding 2 plus 0. And if I change this to a 0, 1, which is the number 1 in binary, then now this 1 light also popped on. And so now I've got 2 plus 1, which is 3. Okay, next we're going to take a look broadly at what's going on here. If you recall from the last video about adders, we've got this is a half adder right here, and this is a full adder right here. And I'm going to pull up a diagram of that to show you how they relate. So this is a diagram of the 2-bit calculator. I've got the half adder here, and I've got the full adder here. So what's going on in this diagram? I have the 2 numbers here, the blue number and the yellow number. I changed the color for each bit to represent, so it'd be easier to see how they relate inside the calculator. So I take the first bit from each number, the 0 bit here, and I draw them together and bring them into the half adder. So that was like the yellow line and the light blue line going to the half adder. And looking at the Minecraft calculator, that's what we see. We see the yellow coming in and the blue coming in. And so then we have a half adder combined together here. And coming out of it, we have a green line, which represents the carry, and that goes into the full adder. And then the gold line is the sum. And now I ran that underground way over there so it wouldn't get confused and would stay out of the way. So the second part of the 2-bit calculator is the full adder. So we had that this carry is like the green line, and then we'll see that a blue line comes in and the orange line comes in. And then we have the full adder, and then coming out of it, we'll have a line that is the sum of those, which is 2, and the carry, which we're representing as 4. If you could make this a bigger calculator by adding another full adder. So just like the carry here came out and went to this full adder, we could add an additional full adder and make that the carry go into that. So looking back again here at the full adder, we've got the green line coming in from the half adder. That was the carry line from the half adder coming in. We've got the blue line, which is the second bit of the blue number. And we have the orange line, which is the second bit of the yellow number. And so you've got all the components here coming out of the full adder is the gold line. This is the sum. And then this other gold line, this is the carry. So this represents the number 2. This represents the number 4. And if we follow the lines here, I said this was the carry line. So this line that turns out to be closest to me, I put a 4 next to it. And this further out line was the 2, and that represents the 2. And then coming back over, you can see the 1 there, and I just had all the lines come back together to correspond to the numbers on the display. Now, so you end up with 1, 2, and 4, and that combine all those together, and you get your answer for the calculation. Now, I will say here that this calculator is way bigger than it needs to be as far as how much space it's taking up. I intentionally did this so that it would be easier to see the individual components of the calculator. If you wanted to, you could make everything much more compressed. That does lead to being a little bit more confused. Also, you definitely don't need to have each line being its own color, but that also having individual colors, it gives it an easier way to keep track of what's what. And that's essentially it. That is how to make a 2-bit calculator. You build a half adder and take the first 2 bits and a full adder with the second 2 bits and the carry, and you'll end up with your 2-bit calculator. All right, so I actually think I'm going to make a additional video going into the full explanation of exactly how each of these parts operate, just to keep the length of this video nice and short, which I am not very good at. So if you're interested in exactly how this all breaks down, feel free to watch the next video. That's it. Have a wonderful day full of laughter and joy, and I hope you're happy and safe.